I will be a commander-in-chief who will never mislead us into war.
It is something that we know, for instance, Saddam Hussein has used weapons of mass destruction against his own people. And there is some evidence of their efforts to try to secure these kinds of weapons and even test them.
He is and has acted like a terrorist, and he has engaged in activities that are unacceptable. But I think we ought to put the heat on Saddam Hussein. I've said that for a number of years, Bill. I criticized the Clinton administration for backing off of the inspections when Ambassador Butler was giving us strong evidence that we needed to continue. I think we need to put the pressure on, no matter what the evidence is about September 11th.
I think we clearly have to keep the pressure on terrorism globally. This doesn't end with Afghanistan by any imagination, and I think the president's made that clear. I think we've made that clear. Terrorism is a global menace. It's a scourge. And it is absolutely vital that we continue, for instance, Saddam Hussein.
Do you think that the problem we have with Iraq is real and it can be reduced to a diplomatic problem? Can we get this guy to accept inspections of his weapons of mass destruction potentially and get past a possible war with him?
Outside chance, Chris. Could it be done? The answer is yes, but he would view himself only as buying time and playing a game, in my judgment. Do we have to go through that process? The answer is yes. We're precisely doing that. I think that's what Colin Powell did today. September 11th, I mean, that's changed the dynamic of this country and I think people's perceptions of what people are willing to do. And then I think we've all reached a judgment that obviously the United States has to protect our national security interests, and we have to do what we think is right. I would disagree with John McCain that it's the actual weapons of mass destruction he may use against us. It's what he may do in another invasion of Kuwait, or in a miscalculation about the Kurds, or a miscalculation about Iran, or particularly Israel. Those are the things that I think present the greatest danger. He may even miscalculate and slide these weapons off to terrorist groups to invite them to be a surrogate to use them against the United States. It's the miscalculation that poses the greatest threat.
But the president, as I also wrote in that article, always reserves the right to act unilaterally, protect the interest of our country.